let's look into how the shares are going to be issued. So I have told you there are various methods in which these shares are going to be issued, but the process is going to be the same with a slight change in it. So shares can be issued at par, that is lump sum, that is full lump sum amount, or as full subscription, can be called as full subscription also. So either the investor can pay it as a lump sum amount, or as we discuss the process of the issue, he can fully subscribe for the shares which has been paid. For example, if you are going to subscribe for 100 shares, the company is going to issue you 100 shares and you are going to subscribe all the 100 shares fully, means it is going to be full subscription. For example, in this chapter we will be dealing with something called as face value. Face value is nothing but the amount per share or value per share. So if suppose the value per share is 10 rupees, mean 100 into 10 is 1000. So 1000 rupees may be directly paid by the investor in lump sum without any installments. And full subscription means he has taken up all the 100 shares. So that is called as par, lump sum, or full subscription. Next, the investor can go as under subscription, or the issue of shares can go as under subscription. So for this, for example, the company is going to issue 10,000 shares on the whole to the investors. So 10,000 shares are being invested. Out of these 10,000, only 5,000 shares has been subscribed by the investors. So subscription is only 5,000 shares. So when the number of shares issued by the company is more than the number of shares subscribed by the public or the investor, is called under subscription. So if you look into the college wise, 10,000 shares were 10,000 seats were given by the company or the college, and the students have opted only for 5,000 seats. Maybe the college would not be that much popular. They would have expected 10,000 seats to come in, but there was only 5,000 application for the seats. Therefore, it is called under subscription. Next is, it can go in for over subscription. So now I think so you would have got an idea of what is oversubscription. So if the company has issued 10,000 shares in total and the subscribers have subscribed for 15,000 shares. So 15,000 subscriptions have been received. So if the number of shares issued by the company is less than the number of shares subscribed by the investor, then it is called oversubscription. So in this oversubscription, there is actually two divisions. So either the company can reject the excess shares, that is rejection and returning the money. So when it is application process, you would have got it for the total 15,000 shares. But when he is allotting, he is going to allot only 10,000 shares which he has issued for is rejection. So when he is rejecting, so how much is the rejection? He is going to reject the 5,000 shares. For example, he is rejecting 5,000 shares, mean these 5,000 shares application money will be returned to the shareholders. So there will be an extra entry of rejection and returning. Or if he is in need of more capital and he did not expect this oversubscription, he can take in this 15,000 and adjust it into the share allotment. So he is going to adjust the money into the share allotment account, because the same amount of shareholders are going to pay the share allotment and the installments also. So he can always adjust it. So this is called pro rata allotment. Pro rata allotment of shares. So here also you will have some extra entries which will be included in between, which we will deal with in the problem. These shares can also be issued on premium. That is, if the company has a higher reputation, there will be more demand for the shares of that company. So it can always issue at a higher price. So the face value may be higher for these companies. So it can issue the shares at a premium. So premium is always adjusted along with share allotment. So the premium will be included into the share allotment. So how you can find out that it is a premium means, this face value may be divided into various components like application, say 3 rupees, allotment is a 2 rupees, first call 3 rupees, final call or the second call is going to be 2 rupees. So when you add it, you must get 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 2 10. So you must get the face value. In case the allotment is 5 rupees, that means you will get a total of 13 rupees. So this 3 rupees which is excess from the face value is your premium. So this is how you will find out your premium in the problem. Apart from all this, the company issues shares at discount also. So when there is premium, obviously you can issue it at discount. When the company is in need of money in an immediate situation, or the company's shares are not at all being opted for by the investor, it can issue it at a discount. So discount also is going to be adjusted with the share allotment. So if the face value is 10 rupees, your application is 3 rupees, your allotment is 1 rupee, and your call money is going to be 5 rupees. So I've merged both the first and the second call. So when you add it up, how much do you get? 5, 6 and 9. So your value of the shares comes only up to 9, whereas your face value is 10, means your discount which is being included in the allotment will be 1 rupee. So this is the issue of shares. Apart from this, you have calls in arrears and calls in advance, which deals with the call money. That we can deal with it later. First, learn up the issue of shares and the process in which they issue it, that is application, allotment, first call, final call, and the journal entries for the allotment.